Hey everybody. I'm so excited. I just picked up the Garmin Approach S62 and I've been waiting for this pretty much forever. Um, Ever since the S40 came out, I thought it was a great watch and all, but it didn't have all the gadgets and things that I was looking for, such as the heart rate monitor, which this now has. Even when the S60 came out, bigger screen, longer battery life, I thought that was a fantastic watch too, but I still couldn't pull the trigger because again, the heart rate monitor and maybe the features didn't really add up for me. So for last year, I was playing with the S20, really basic golf watch, but it did the job. But really, when I saw the S62 come out, I was just ecstatic. So in the box here, the typical things. We've got the USB charging cable. We've got the manual, which is quite extensive, but to be honest, I don't think I'll be opening it up. But really, first impressions when I pulled the watch out, it's a gorgeous watch. Nice big screen. That red button really does it for me. So sadly, when I first unboxed it, it wasn't charged up. There was no battery in it, so I had to charge it up. So here we are. Neat thing about this watch, it has the quick fit bands. As you can see, it's really easy to pop off and pop on another band. And there you have it, the heart rate monitor. Okay, and here we're going to run through the setup of the watch. My driver distance, I don't use a driver, I use a 3 wood, and I think I average about 240, maybe 250. But we'll see when I take the watch out to the course. Hopefully we get on the course soon. So it's pretty straightforward. You go into the Garmin app on your iPhone and you search for a new device. It's pretty simple. Yeah, allow the notifications. That will allow you to send notifications also to your watch. So I found with this pairing, it was best to have the app open and then also to hit sync at the top there with the watch. It'll run through a lot quicker. Otherwise, you could be sitting and watching that dial spin for a good 20-30 minutes actually. But as you can see here, it's doing the update, syncing, and off we go. There you have it. That's the default watch face. Nice, simple, but has quite a bit of information. Your battery, your date, how many miles and how many steps you've walked, and even your last round, what your last score was. So I'm just going to scroll through the default widgets there. We got weather, notification, sunrise, sunset, heart rate, your steps, your last golf stats, your last golf round. And you can remove widgets or you can add more things like the body, battery, calories, intensity, minutes, the last sport, which is maybe your last activity. So if you did a workout, strength or cardio, running, it'll show the last activity that you did and what the stats were. So really nice. The touch screen is great. It's really sensitive and easy to flip through. Here we'll run through some of the settings that are available. So you can see we're in the golf settings. I like having the scoring on your watch because that automatically syncs to your phone, where you can use the Garmin Golf app to see your score and keep track of it afterwards. The virtual caddy I'm really excited to use. It looks at your clubs, how you hit them, how far you hit them, where do you hit them. Takes into consideration the elevation, the wind, and I think after 5 rounds, you'll have a good understanding how you hit your clubs and typically where you hit them, whether you slice or or hook them, and it's supposed to tell you on the map and give you a suggestion on where to even aim and what club to use. So really neat, I can't wait to use that. So watch faces, there's quite a few different options by default, but then you can go onto your phone, you can download additional faces, and at the end I'll even show you, I even added a picture of my kids as one of my watch faces. So really awesome there. But the default watch faces, they're pretty good already. You have the classic look, or you can download some watch faces that have an immense amount of data on the screen. Sometimes a little bit overkill. So you'll get notifications on your watch there as well. Basically, any notifications that pop up on your phone, you'd get the same notification on your watch. But obviously, it's not like a Apple Watch where you can, reply to messages or answer phone calls and talk through it. This will only give you the messages, but I think that's good enough. I had the Apple Watch 3 before, and yeah, I love the convenience of being able to talk on it and even send messages back. But honestly, I think I'm happy with this watch so far. So I didn't set these because I think it'll buzz you every time you're 10 minutes away from sunrise or sunset. So I didn't think that was really needed, but you have the option to. The abnormal heart rate alert, that was pretty interesting. I sat down, I was watching TV, and all of a sudden it started buzzing. So I don't know if I wasn't wearing the watch properly, but actually you could see my heart rate had spiked for whatever reason. So I felt okay though, so I'm not sure what happened there. The gesture is kind of like when you have the Apple Watch, when you turn the watch up to your face, it'll turn on the backlight. So obviously, if you turn the brightness up, your battery deteriorates. But I have mine set at 20-30%, and I think it's good enough. This is nice. You can change the units for your activities versus golf. The great thing too is if you use the Garmin app on your phone, you can get so much more detail on there. Whether it's your activities or your golf game, you can do so much analysis. It's fantastic. So like I said, I had the Apple Watch 3 before, but honestly, this from an activity perspective, activity tracking, this blows it out of the water. I had the Phoenix 3 before, and similar features from that perspective. It was for someone that's very athletic and does a lot of activities. It's much more robust than the Apple Watch. So I'm just trying out the golf here. Picked a course, and you can see here as you tap on the numbers, it has the plays like feature. And what I'm tapping there, that's the virtual caddy, but I believe it's after 5 rounds when it has a better understanding of how you play and what your typical shot distances are, then it'll be able to give you a more accurate recommendation on your club to use. So this is really easy to use. You can see what your layups are. You can see how far the hazards are, front and back. And if you tap on the map, you can actually pinpoint an area on the fairway or your hazards and see really specifically how far is it there and how far to the green. It's really easy to use. It's quick, nice and responsive. My finger's a little fat, so sometimes it's hard to see where I'm pointing, but overall it's really nice and very easy to use, very intuitive. Yeah, you can back out, you can zoom out, and now you can see a more bird's eye view. And if you go back, yeah, now you can scroll through the hole there and look for the green. Yeah, really awesome. I'm so excited to use this. Like the S20 obviously didn't have this capability, but it's something I was always looking for. And I didn't want to get a handheld because the handheld, I didn't like the thought of having to, you know, really unbuckle or snap it back in on your belt. And, you know, my buddy has one, and I don't know how many times he's actually dropped it and almost lost it actually. I really like at the bottom of the watch there. I don't think this was on the S40 and S60, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure, but just to toggle up and down, it'll jump to the next hazard, whether it's sand, water. And here you have it. You can select your pin location on the green. You can easily change holes through the menu. There you go. If you hit the hole that you're on and you cycle through along the edge of the watch there, you can also pick the hole there. So really quick, really easy. And this is a par 3, so it only pinpoints to the green there and your hazards there. So easy, I love it. And such a big watch face, you can see it so clearly. So I love keeping track of the score, and it's so easy. Basically after each shot, you know, after your drive, after your approach, after each shot it'll ask you, you know, what club did you swing? You mark it. And you can refer back to it in the Garmin Golf app to see, you know, how far did you hit it, where did you hit it, you know, and how many shots did it take to get to the green? Were you GIR, you know, what was your fairway percentage? And it's really easy. Once you're on the green, you can put in how many shots did it take to get to the green, then how many putts did you take to hold out. So really easy, and like I said, once you finish the round, you can go back to the Garmin app and you can see all 18 holes and see how you scored, how you fared, and then even jump in to get more details. And this was really cool too. Even on the watch, it gave you some of your club stats. Now, I tend to hook the ball a lot, especially with my longer clubs, and I'll show you that. So it's really cool. Yeah, so here we have sunrise, sunset. I found that pretty neat. You can see how much longer can you play your double round before the sun sets. The club stats I absolutely love. You know, you can refer back and analyze, you know, what's your average for the club, what's your max, do you usually slice it, hit it straight, hook it. Really awesome. The last shot, it does automatically track it, so every time you take a swing, it does detect it automatically for you, and it'll tell you after you take your next shot how far did you hit that club. So all automatic, but with my S20 you couldn't manually add any, and sometimes, yeah, it does take a misread, and I found with my S20, you know, even taking my club out of my bag for whatever reason, it would detect it as a shot. So it was really bad from that perspective, but I have a feeling this S62 is going to be a lot more accurate, less misreads. But it's great if you can add a manual shot in. So like I mentioned, chipping, putting, it doesn't read those. You need that additional club adapter. So cool, this plays like feature. Yeah, the virtual caddy. This is so exciting. And if you had a bad round, you can easily discard your round so it doesn't show up in your stats. Or maybe you played an awesome round and you don't want to bring down your handicap, delete it. Just don't tell your buddies. So here's also the other activities you can track on the watch. So you can also customize the menu with your key activities. You can remove or you can add others. Really easy to add other activities. Just hit the plus button beside the one that you want to add, or minus to remove it from the main menu. So the watch also has a find phone feature. You just have to make sure the Garmin app is running in the background on your phone. So swing tempo is pretty neat. Turns out I'm an amateur medium. My backswing's still a little quick, but my downswing is just about right. Can't imagine what a pro fast swing would feel like. And all the activities, for example, strength, the GPS is turned off by default, but if you do running, walking outdoors, you can turn the GPS on. Actually, it's on by default, and it'll even map it out on your phone and show you the routes that you took. So there you have it, my unboxing of the Garmin Approach S62 watch. If you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button and subscribe. Leave any comments if you want to see or ask anything about the watch. And I'm hoping to make another video once we actually get to the course and I can show you the virtual caddy and some of the other features. Don't forget to like and subscribe.